YouTube, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Rem, and today I'll be reacting to BTS's On official visual video. The video today is, as of now, at 22 million views. This is like it's breaking the records that they've had so far, and I've been hearing that there's a lot of theory involved. I did happen to see a couple snippets on Twitter, and I thought they were kind of funny, like situation with Hobie and JK. But I'm looking forward to watching this video and then thoroughly ruining my brain as I try to think about what this video has been about. Anyways, let's get right into it in 3, 2, 1. So, a lot of fantasy elements, or well, at least a war happened here. I do like the little mist up that they have going on, where like the mist is sort of rising and it's like the day after something has happened, or maybe it's smoke and I'm seeing this wrong. I'm probably seeing it's wrong. It's smoke. And there we have Jin picking something up as per usual. Why is Jungkook always running? I feel like he's always running. Oh my god. I already knew he had the hair, but like the way it's styled now. It's an interesting concept. I want to say Noah's Ark, but like, no, I'm right, I think. Why do I feel like the dove is supposed to represent Jungkook in this situation? This is like an interesting location that they chose to depict. Oh, okay. In the house of Yoongi, we stand for this. In the house of Yoongi, we stand for the gospel. What is happening? Have we ventured into Maze Runner territory? God, his voice. He has thorns around his wrapped around his hands. Is this? I feel. Let me shut up for a quick second. Oh, Worm, he's got tattoos all up his arms? I bet. Ooh! Why? 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 The trumpets. Can we get like a version of this? An audio version of this? Interesting. I'm probably looking too deep into this right now. Like, I'm just really zoned in. Like, this is great. I've already heard the song like so many times, but like it's still really good. Is okay. Don't uh, huh. 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 Okay, so first things first on the real list. First things first, I wanted to say that this has a really like overarching like fantasy dystopian type vibe. I don't know if anyone has really like read the Shannara Chronicles, because that reminds me of the Shannara Chronicles. The Shannara Chronicles is supposed to be set like in a very distant future, so it's not so much a past, it's like the same Earth but in a different future, like in a different future, sort of, kinda. Like they'll find things that are of our time period, but they're like old relics, like really old relics, like how we have museums dedicated to ancient civilizations. They don't have those, but they have situations where you see things that are like, that looks like a car, but they don't know it's called a car because it's been so long. So I kind of had like Shannara Chronicle vibes there. It's just that they didn't have any of the different races, like not races, but like species, or not species, races that they had there, like elves, dwarves, and humans, such and so forth. It looks like it's just humans for this time. But I felt like the dove was supposed to symbolize JK. I thought it was supposed to symbolize him, because you see that it's been injured, and then we go immediately to him running. So he's escaped from something. And I guess Jinn was his means of escape in the representation of him being the dove. And then moving on from there, it sort of feels like there was a lot of themes going on here. The location where they had Hobie when he did his like his part of his verse, it looks a lot like, I'm trying to think of, there are a lot of different references to battlefields and places of war in their aftermath in a lot of ancient works, because war was I don't want to say more prevalent, but war was something that was more likely to occur, and then there would be this epic poem written about it. Like the Odyssey is written about a man's return home, but there was one, the Iliad is about the Trojan War, and the Trojan War was like a big deal. So I think, to the standpoint that maybe, because based on what we've seen from Namjoon and like how he's talked about things before, this might be an incorporation of the concept of Valhalla. Valhalla happens to be the like Viking heaven, so to speak, where there's like endless things, but there's also like, it's also sort of, I'm not very clear on this. I wish I was more clear, and I'll probably end up doing more research on it later and maybe film a video about my theories in depth on this particular video. But basically Valhalla it's like an end, like it comes during Ragnarok, or Valhalla is associated with battle. You're usually picked off the battlefield after you've died and you fought valiantly, and then the Valkyrie will come get you and take you up to Valhalla. So it's probably like a battlefield similar to this, in which case the trees are supposed to represent people that have been taken up to Valhalla and have therefore died in the past. It's also, you've also got like Jungkook's body in the background, or a body in general in the background being picked off by crows. Crows are also associated with Odin, who is part of the Norse mythology, and that is where Valhalla essentially comes from. So I think a lot of this was about a revolution of moving forward, and it's supposed to be the whole no more dream at the end and then dream. It could be that everything that we're talking about, everything that's like we've been talking about this past like the past like 5 or so comebacks, minus Persona, Boy with Love doesn't feel so much like it's part of the storyline, but more so like a short introduction of, hey, take a breather, relax. There's not so much that you have to look into to Boy with Love, but I think that this particular one is a continuation, and that supposedly everything that's been happening has been a dream. Maybe. Who knows? I might be crazy. I might be wrong. But I think that I'll end it here in saying that this really felt like real fantasy vibes, and I really dig that. I do want to also note, though, that they did have it felt like a biblical reference in which Namjoon is standing in front of a broken down ark, or boat rather, and then there are animals behind him. And if you notice closely, there are two animals that are actually in pairs. From what I got at first glance was like a llama, and then 2 pairs of llamas, and then I think it was the zebra. I'm probably wrong, but he's got these animals chilling behind him, and there's not really not all of them are in pairs, which would mean that the ark was imperfect in a way, because Noah's Ark, if you are familiar with the story, is supposed to house animals during a great flood that wipes out civilization as it is known in the Bible at that time. And basically Namjoon, RM, is basically Noah in this instance, and where he has the ark in the background, and then the animals also chilling back there. And the symbolization, I guess, of the only being like 2 pairs, or only a few of them actually being more than one, it might show that there was an issue or a bump along the way. And I think it's sort of moving forward, and with the whole aspect of it being after a battle, and like everyone's recovering, they're regrouping, they're re-strategizing, and them all coming together towards the end in which the gates open. I think that might be them claiming basically victory, and in claiming victory they move forward, and it might just be a fever dream and they're all dying technically in this fantasy land that they have now established, and in this dream they've all died, which would also explain references to Valhalla and the crow picking at the body. So I think overall they did a really good job. I'll probably do another video talking more in depth about the theory that I have here, because there is a lot happening and you could take this in so many different directions. I'll also try to look at all the different theories about what's going on, and maybe if you leave it down in the comments, you might be able to help me out, because your girl's confused. I'm still confused. I'm thinking about it, but I'm confused. My head hurts. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Please remember to like and subscribe. I would like to please try to get to 50 subscribers by the time by May 17th. That's my birthday. I'd like to have at least 50 subscribers by then, or 100 if we're feeling generous, or if we happen to surpass the goal and that's pretty much it. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching.